right. So thank you guys for joining us. We are, oh my God, we are being joined by the editor in chief of Bossy Magazine. We have Shevvy Robinson on the line with us, aka Shavon Robinson. Shavon, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
So tell us a little bit about your background. I've known about you through other people who have mentioned your name, and then also I've seen you put on a number of events. I know you have a radio show that you host, and I was a part of your amazing event last weekend with the beauty bar. So you're all over the place, but I want to know a little bit about your journey and what brought you here.
Okay, so that's kind of strange because honestly, I don't do what I went to school for at all. Um, People always ask, like, oh, so, journalism major, did you write? No, I was a dance major.
Really?
Yeah. So, yeah, I danced since I was like 4 years old. That's basically all I ever thought I'd do was either dance or act or be on stage in some way.
Wow.
Um, you know, Things change in life and, your direction changes. I actually had a car accident and broke my pelvis and that kind of pretty much ended dancing for me. And I didn't really know where I'd end up,
Mhm.
or what I wanted to do, but I always wrote. I always wrote, but for fun,
Mhm.
not for people, like just to write stories and things like that. I started blogging maybe eight, about 8 years ago,
Mhm.
just about being a stay-at-home mom. And I realized that I loved writing for people. Like I liked to tell stories and have people connect and write me back and tell me how much something I wrote meant to them.
Mhm.
And I think that was my moment where I found like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah. Wow, what
Yeah,
a journey.
yeah.
What a journey.
And
But you're still in the arts or the creative field somehow.
yeah, definitely, definitely. And that's what I mean. Like I feel like I ended up where I was supposed to be. I still
Yeah.
get to be creative, you know what I mean? In a way, I still get to put on shows. They're just different than what I grew up doing.
Got it. Yeah. And sometimes things happen so that we can, kind of find ourselves on a different course that maybe we wouldn't have planned for ourselves. So everything
Oh,
happens for a reason.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. So
Yeah.
who or first of all, who is a bossy girl?
Okay.
And who is this magazine for? Like, who's the ideal reader?
Okay. So Bossy stands for Bold, Original, Smart, Sexy You.
Mm,
So,
I like
um,
that.
thanks. So the Bossy girl, is she is, let's see, she's someone who's about her business, whether that's her career or her school or her own business. She's comfortable with her femininity, her sexuality, and also with using her brain to get to what she wants.
Mhm.
She is, I think she is an all around girl. Like she's a round the way girl and she's a corporate girl. She's both. I guess she's me. And
Yeah.
I feel like that I write, or even if I don't write, even when I look for writers, for things that I like
Mhm.
and what I would want to read.
Mhm.
So she's my friend. She's my colleague.
Yeah, she's
She's
you.
the girl I meet on the street. So
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like me too, actually.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. She's you. So yeah,
I love
yeah,
it. I love it.
yeah.
So, I know that you wanted to express yourself through writing, and you started off
Mm-hmm,
with the blog, as you said. But
mm-hmm.
a lot of people who start off writing in blogs, they don't end up with like a full-fledged magazine. So, what led you to say, okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and do this?
Okay, so when I started blogging, it was mostly mommy blogging, which, I wrote about what I was going through at the time with, staying at home with my children and, um, what it was like being a wife and a mom. And it was my first time with my third child is the first time that I stopped working all the way and I stayed home for like 7 years. And it was such a shock to my system, to someone who's
Mhm.
worked their whole life.
Mhm.
And I was like, this is crazy. So I
Yeah.
started writing about it. And when I had my fourth child, he was diagnosed with autism. And I think I used my blog as a way to kind of work through that, all that stress. And I wrote about it, and it just got, it got a lot of attention. And, you know, I was contacted by like CNN asking if they could repost it, and Parenting Magazine asking me to do an interview about, you know, about living with children with autism. And it kind of took on a life of its own. And while I loved writing about being a mom, I felt like I was kind of limiting myself to other things I like to talk about. Like, I love to talk about my kids. I can talk about my kids all day, but that's not the only thing I'm interested in. And I found on my blog, I wouldn't get, people came there to find out about my life as a mother and a wife, not the cool shoes I saw yesterday. So I tried to, I wanted to branch out and write about everything I love. Yeah. And it, you know, it was like, okay, do I start another blog? And then really I felt like this is one of those things to just do it big or don't do it. Because I've already done a blog. I know how to do that. And I was like, I want to do something I don't know how to do. I want to like step outside of my comfort zone. And I'm kind of an impulsive person, people will tell you. And I kind of woke up and was like, I think I'm going to start a magazine. And my friends did my usual, like, oh, here you go with another idea. And then, like, I just did it in like 2 months. They're like, no, you were serious. I'm like, no, I was. Wow. I just want to do it. So, and that's literally how I do everything.
That's amazing. I love that because I actually have a little bit of that in me too. It's just like just watch and see, you know. Happen. So you're not the only contributor, though. Who do you kind of look for when it comes to writers and people who contribute to your magazine, if you're open to more contributors at this time?
Oh, definitely. Like, you know, I do get, right now it's mostly all freelance contributors, and I have some staff writers. Basically, I look for people that are experts in their field. You know what I mean? They don't need to be interested in everything, but, you know, I have one contributor that she's a nutritionist and a fitness instructor, and she wants to write, if she wants to give people workouts, and she wants to write about nutrition, so she writes. I basically look for people that are experts already, and either sometimes they have a blog of their own, and they're looking to increase their audience, and sometimes they want to write, but don't want the work of maintaining and starting their own blog or their own publication. So they use Bossy to do that, which is exactly really what I want. What I want to do was be the place where everyone goes for whatever they need, whether it's fashion, whether it's fitness, whether it's career, whether it's money, whether it's relationship advice, like to be that one place. And I'm not an expert in all those things. So I needed to, you know, find experts. Right. Or just people who are really passionate about something and want to write about it.
Awesome. No, I read your last 2 issues, and I found it to be very broad in the subject matters that you covered, and also felt like it was for the well-rounded woman. Because I consider myself who has a lot of different interests.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm not just going to be looking at fashion magazines. I also love magazines. I also love a little entrepreneur. You know, I'm all over the place. But I found that your magazine definitely satisfies that.
Well, thank you.
For the bossy woman.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
So let me ask you, where do you want this platform to go? Let's say in 5 years or so, where do you see Bossy Magazine?
Okay, so in 5 years, I think I'd want to have a full-time staff. I want Bossy to be, I just want it to be like a household name. I just want it to be a go-to resource. I want to expand it. Like we do some Bossy events now, but I'd like to expand the events to other states. I would love to just be editing and only writing what I want to write. You know, I just started a new column. The last issue was Truth Be Told, and those are going to be stories of women who have overcome some kind of adversity or lived some type of out-of-the-box life. And those are the things that I love to write because I love listening to people's stories. So I'd love to just do a lot of that. of just traveling and interviewing people who have like an extraordinary story to tell.
Oh, that would be amazing. I want to
Yeah.
see that as a TV show, even like a
Yeah,
podcast or something.
yes, yes,
That's
yes,
incredible.
exactly.
Yeah, beautiful. And so, just a couple more questions.
Mm-hmm.
What message do you have for young girls who aspire to be bossy?
Okay, so my message probably is to two things. To follow your passion. A lot of people feel like, okay, well, I have to find a passion that fits into a mold already,
Hmm.
into something that's already been created, a position. And I feel like you don't have to do that. If there's something that you're truly passionate about and you're interested in, odds are someone else is also. And you can find a way to make that your career, to make that, what you do with your life. So like trust yourself and trust your instincts.
Mm, so important. I think as women, a lot of times we doubt, and we
Mhm.
always have people who are going to tell us opposite of what it is
Yes.
that we believe. And so I
Mhm.
think so key and moving forward is just knowing what our truth is and holding, tight to that, and moving in the face of whatever, you know,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
so important. So what would our audience be surprised to hear about you or to know about you?
Um, let's see, what is surprising to know about me? Um, let's see. Even though like I do things that are a lot in public and I dance for those years, I'm kind of like painfully shy and socially awkward and hate to like go to parties and things like that, even though I throw them.
You throw them, you're everywhere, and yet you're painfully
Yeah.
shy.
Yes, I am. I am. I am kind of terrified of big crowds a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I could totally relate.
yeah, of that, and it's always funny because people don't expect me to be, but I am. Like, if I'm gonna have a big interview, I'm like totally nauseous beforehand. Um,
You didn't get nauseous before this one though, right?
a little. I'm always a little like I'm sweating right
Okay,
now.
okay.
I'm sweating, but anytime. But I kind of have learned to just like step out of that anyway.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, people don't know that I'm painfully shy and that I've probably had every type of job imaginable.
Wow.
Yeah, I've done everything to find out what I wanted to do. So yeah.
Name a few.
What have I done that's crazy? I have been a ring girl for boxing matches.
Really? Like the person who
Yes.
holds up the sign?
Hold the numbers. Yes. I
Okay.
tell you what. Yes. I have been Chucky in Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's like my first job in high school.
Okay.
What else have I been that's totally crazy? I've been a bartender,
Okay.
and let's see, for like 3 years, I worked for Google as a internet analyst. Like I was the person that decided what you should see when you type in a search. Like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, like I've done everything.
How cool is that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I don't know. People think I think that that's part of my story. That a lot of people think that there's like a straight line to what you're going to end up doing.
Mhm.
Like these are the steps to get there,
Yeah.
and sometimes that's not the way it goes, and it doesn't have to.
Mhm. That's great advice. I thank you so much for saying that. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. And I
Well,
think
you're
that
welcome.
what I get from that also is that, you know, two people can be doing this exact same thing but have gotten there completely different ways.
Oh,
And so
definitely.
your road, your path, your journey does not have to mirror anyone else's.
Nope,
I love
not at
that.
all.
Yeah,
Not at all.
I really love that. So Chevy, is there
Sure.
anything else that you want to share before we go?
Let's see. I don't know. Well, okay, I want to tell you about it. Just subscribe to Bossy on www.getbossymagazine.com.
Mhm.
Also, I just want to let everybody know to always, believe in yourself, and you can do really anything. Like anything that you can think of can actually be done if you just like take that little step and like out on faith.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's gonna work out. It's gonna work out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You are dropping gems, girl. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I feel inspired after this phone call. I'm probably just going to get into my zone and go make some things happen. But
Right?
thank you again for spending this Friday afternoon sharing your story with us and really just letting us in on how you came to be. And I really do look forward to seeing what's in store for you because it inspires me. I have to say
Yay.
that. It really does inspire me
Oh,
as a
thank
businesswoman, as a
you.
sister. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it. I really do.
All right. So I'm going to let you go now, okay?
Okay. All
All
right.
right. Have a good
Okay.
one.
You too. Bye.
Bye.